Guys, Talk Show TV here. Welcome back to another creepy story, Reddit story thing episode. Today I'm going to be not teaching, but telling you some Reddit Let's Never Meet stories on Reddit. So the first one is called Walking Home from School by Holty478. Let's get straight into it.
I go to a school that is not very far from my house, about a mile or so. So sometimes I have to walk home. Just to explain quick what my route is, I take a road that stretches really far and passes by a neighborhood, emphasis on passes by. It then curves down another little stretch towards a big hill that turns into my neighborhood. Some people jump to the given chance to walk. I, however, am a typically lazy person. Even though I was dreading the walk ahead of me, my friend, who also is my crush, offered to go with me. Note that I am a 16-year-old male, and really small for my age. Though I can handle myself in a fight. Since my crush was tagging along for some of the walk, I stopped dreading over it and got really excited. So we start off on our merry way. We chatted and just all around ignored the world around us. Made jokes talking about maybe hanging out sometime. But it was short-lived since she had to turn and walk towards her house. So on my own I walked a little bit more. I was about halfway through the trek when I spotted a really creepy old guy tailing me. He wasn't making me too nervous, but I kept my eye on him. I then went over a hill and I lost visual on him. I don't want to sound paranoid, but I grabbed a rock on the side of the road in case this guy made a move on me. When he got over the hill he was much closer, so I kept my guard up. So I made it to the turn in the road, and out of the corner of my eye this guy is running at me. I flip out and start sprinting. I was a little too slow and he grabbed my arm, luckily not the one with the concealed rock. I then proceed to smash the rock into his face as hard as I could. I broke free and ran. I looked behind me and the guy was staring at me with this devilish look I will never ever forget. I ran the last half a mile and made it home safely. My dad was home when I barged into my house and slammed the door. He ran up to me and asked what was wrong. I never spoke to him or anyone about it. This took place a couple months ago. I really hope I never meet that guy again.
Okay, that was a good story, but very creepy. I would have smashed that guy's face. Very good. Okay, let's find another story. This one looks good. Let's sorry. So, there. This one's called Have You Ever Been Chased in the Middle of the Night by Savage6 _6 _. So let's get straight into this.
So me and my friend, well just call him Jim, always take my dog on a night walk when he slept over at my house. We were 13 when this happened. My dog is a tricolored corgi named Cuddles. We live in a very populated suburban area, but down my road the path gets smaller and it leads first beside a small meadow or field to our aid in a small forest a couple 100 feet ahead. After you get out of the woods you can either take the dog path which lead back to our house, or you could take a sidewalk into a small neighborhood. This will all come into use later on in the story. So my friend Jim and I decided to go around 12:30 at night. We went through our neighborhood fine till we got to the entrance of the field. We both brought pocket knives and flashlights. I shined my light in the field and saw the shape of a man about 5 feet 9 inches and broad. I whispered to Jim, there's a man in the field, don't startle him and just stay calm and we'll pretend we didn't see him. We walk till we're almost to the forest part and he sprints through the forest and into the neighborhood ahead. Once we're in the neighborhood in a well-lit area, I ask him why he ran. He said, I saw a man. I told him the man was all the way in the meadow, so I asked him why he ran. He said there was a man maybe 3 feet away from us. I shivered at the thought. I said, well, did you see the man in the meadows? And he said, the messes, I thought you were talking about the man right behind us. Turns out that there had been a man walking right behind us for a while. And Jim running probably saved my life. We still take night walks to this day. Which is why I feel the need to say, creepy men from the meadow, let's never meet again.
Okay, that was another good one. It was just, yeah. What other ones do we watch now? Okay, let's watch this one called, read this one called Creepy Guys Attempts to Rob Me. Yeah. Sorry. I'm really trying to copy and get Siri to say it. Okay. Nearly there. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll quickly. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Okay, my god, this is so bloody annoying. How long does it take to do this?
TR, guy attempts to rob me at knife point while on a late night walk through my neighborhood.
Sorry.
02 best write a comment where did get the official mobile app, get the
I'm
app.
sorry. Okay, this one looks better. Finally, it actually works. Okay, this one's called Followed to My Car by... Can't say the name. So let's just get started.
I have been listening to narratives of these stories, so thought I'd check them out and share a story. It's maybe not as scary as some of the others, but it was to me. This happened about 18 months ago in winter and we were due a snowstorm the day after. I knew the snow was coming and being a mom, I decided I needed a few things before it hit because I wouldn't get the car off the drive if I left it until the day after. It was around 4 p.m., so starting to get dark and just about to snow. I told my partner I was going out for a few things. We had a disagreement. He thought I shouldn't go in case I got stuck in the snow. I went anyway and the snow started soon after I left on my 10-minute journey. I pulled up on the town center car park, which is located behind a few large buildings out of sight of the main shopping areas. It is usually a busy town and there are usually a few people walking through the car park into the center, but not today. I got what I needed and started to make my way back to the car in less than half an hour. I am usually really vigilant as I'm only 5 foot tall, of slim build and not really a challenge to an attacker. But it was getting cold as the snow got heavier and faster. So, with bags in my hands, I struggled to fasten my coat, pull on my scarf and dig out my gloves to put on. I hurried as much as I could in the snow, through the town, past the market hall, through an empty precinct, past the large buildings to the car park as I was dressing for the cold. I always take notice of people I pass and there were very few. After I had passed the market hall I got the feeling I was being followed. I tend to not care if people think I'm paranoid and always look behind me. Better to be safe than sorry. So I looked behind me. There was a man, around 5'8", average build, red hair, gray hoodie, blue jeans and scruffy white trainers. So I slowed down because I was still close enough to the market for someone to hear me. But there wasn't enough space between the market and the car park for me to slow enough before I reached the car park. I looked again and sure enough he was still there, but closer. I got to the gate to the car park. It's not really a gate, more an opening about 6 feet wide. So I decided to leave him a wide gap to the right of me. Behind and to the left of me, within shouting distance, there is a usually busy taxi rank. So I looked around to see if anyone was there for my safety. There were no taxis and in an instant, the guy behind me squeezed through the small gap on my left. There was no reason for him to get so close. He had been behind to my right until this moment. Needless to say, that shook me up and I just stopped on the spot. My car, on its own, was just off to the left, but I couldn't run in the snow and he could have easily got there before me. I very slowly started to walk in the direction of my car and he just slowed right down. He kept looking back at me and started walking to the left of the car park, the same way as me. So I stopped to see what he would do. I ducked behind another parked car and he stopped too and scanned in my direction. I managed to hide long enough for him to get fed up looking and he had walked to the other end. I slowly walked toward my car, using other cars to hide. I threw myself in the car and locked the doors. I drove the long way out of the car park to see if I could see him as I was now protected by my car. As I drove along the road towards to traffic lights, there he was, walking back in the direction he had just come from. I tried to get a picture of him, but my stupid phone decided not to work. After arriving home, I told my partner. I asked him should I report him or am I being paranoid. He went one step further and said he wanted to go look for him. We went back to the town center, but no signs of him. I reported him and his description to a local traffic warden who passed it on to local community safety and police. Hopefully, he didn't get a chance to scare anyone else, or maybe something worse.
Okay, I have